What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 6th day of June. Here we are with 9 hours left in the day, about 9 hours. Sitting at 1.5 cents, about 1.5 cents. We found our low down here at 1.416 cents. I am optimistic that that's the low. I am expecting that we do continue to move up higher based off of this chart. The only thing that's holding me back from being absurdly bullish is the Bitcoin chart, but there's hope for Bitcoin too, you guys. There's definitely hope. I'm just skeptical. Seeing is believing, and I'm seeing it right now, but we need to wait 8 hours, 58 minutes. We need to wait about 9 hours and see if this day can close here or higher. If it can, then yes, we're probably going to continue to move up higher. If Bitcoin moves lower, we're going to do one of two things with XCN that's going to be weird, right? The first thing that would be weird would be that Bitcoin moves down, but XCN moves up. That's pretty damn weird, and I don't expect that to happen, but it could happen. And as far as this chart is, it makes all the sense in the world that we would actually find support right here. I know I didn't draw that line the best, but you can see what I'm going for, right, with these lower lows, right? I'm not drawing it the best, but you can see what I'm going for. We're right at the areas that you'd expect to find support at, right? If Bitcoin were to move down and we moved up again, that'd be weird, but it would make more sense based off of this chart. But if Bitcoin moves down and OnyxCoin were to move down, which makes sense because if Bitcoin moves down, all coins follow, it would be weird because you've got this absurdly bullish pattern and you're breaking out to the downside. And you're at areas of support, not just based on the pattern itself, but based on prior resistance right here, prior support right there, prior resistance right there. We're at the 0.5 from this low to a high here, which is exactly where we found support last time. We're oversold in the RSI, and if we were to close today right where we are or higher, we're getting a double bottom in the oversold zone and rejecting it twice. Like that, all those things culminated together tells me that we're going to move up. So we're going to do something weird. Either in the face of all this bullishness on this chart, we're going to go down, and that's simply because, follow the leader. Or we're going to say F the leader, F the leader right in his bearish holes, and we're going to move up instead, even with Bitcoin and the rest of crypto moving down. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe XCN moves up. Maybe this one's telling the truth. This chart to me is telling the lie a little bit, and maybe we actually do move up, but we don't move down. The only reason I'm assuming we move down is because we're at areas of resistance here. I'm not absurdly bullish on the 1 hour time frame, though it is bullish. I just think you're going to find resistance soon, and the 4 hour time frame does imply that you go up a little bit more, but you'll probably find turbulence soon as well. If today can close for Bitcoin above 104K, there's a lot of hope. The higher we close, the better. And if we can get above 106K altogether, whether it's today or tomorrow or whatever, I think that we absolve ourselves of going below $96,000, right? And if we can absolve ourselves of that, if we keep moving up with Bitcoin and the rest of crypto keeps moving up, if we do this, OnyxCoin likely did find its low and we will move up. Maybe that makes the most sense, is that instead of doing something weird either way, OnyxCoin moves up, Bitcoin moves up, OnyxCoin just moves up faster, right? And that might make sense. I'm curious, actually, on this note. Let's see, what's the Bitcoin dominance saying? Let's get that there. 64%. I mean, it looks like it wants to keep growing. Bitcoin dominance does its most growing whenever altcoins go down. Yeah, like whenever Bitcoin moves down, altcoins move down too, but altcoins move down faster, so the dominance grows that way. Looks like we want to keep growing in the dominance. Bullish on the dominance, definitely bullish on the dominance, but the dominance might take a break here, which if it goes down, maybe Bitcoin and the rest of the market does move up going into the end of the day, huh? That'd be nice. Anyways, OnyxCoin here at 1.512 cents, definitely set up for a very, very bullish recovery right here. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. The only thing that's giving me any hesitation at all is Bitcoin, right? Looking at this on a weekly time frame, if we go all the way from, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Come on, TradingView. TradingView's been glitchy for me lately, man. Low to high here. It wouldn't be crazy at all for us to keep going down. And if we were to keep going down, the area that I expect we find support at technically would be 1.23 cents, but 1.177 is pretty close in itself, right? Going from the 236 to 382 and then breaking out, that's actually pretty typical behavior as well. And whenever you find resistance at the 236, understand that when you have a retracement like this, okay, low to high, you expect to find support, resistance at these lines, support, resistance, like you expect to kind of respect them like this. Whenever you found your low and now you're coming back up, you can find respect at the same ways, but you don't really expect that stair stepping to be as rigid. As, it's a little bit more flexible. You can find resistance at a fib, but then whenever you come down, you don't have to go to the 382 to find support. You can find support above the 382 in the middle of nowhere when you're recovering. Whenever you're retracing, it's different, right? You would expect on a retrace, like if we were going lower, I would expect here that we go to the golden ratio. Then we might come up and find resistance here, and then we'll go down. You know what I mean? This is continuing to retrace down. But on the recovery, it's not so rigid. Maybe we find resistance at the 382, but we don't have to find support at anywhere that makes sense, quote unquote, right? We can find resistance at the 236, but not find support anywhere that makes sense on the fibs. It's a little bit different. You might still find resistance. I don't know how much sense that makes, but I'm just trying to tell you that here at 1.513 cents, we don't have to go lower to this 382. But it wouldn't be crazy if we did, right? And if we were to go lower, I would expect that we find support somewhere in this area, probably around 1.23 cents. And the reason why I think 1.23 cents makes a lot of sense is that if we take this low to high here, that's where our golden ratio is, 1.23 cents. So right there, and then a little bit below it, it's a range, right? The white zone is for loading and unloading, so that right there does encapsulate the 382 of that greater fib as well. So it's very possible that we could go down to that area. The only thing that would be sad about that is we're breaking out of this bull flag, but I mean, man, that can happen. We can have this kind of like weird U shape in the middle and still recover. I wish I had an example of it here. Actually, I mean, you kind of had that here, didn't you? You kind of had that exact same thing happen right here, and then you went down just to the opposite effect. Instead of a bullish U, you had the bearish U, right? You can see what I'm talking about, right? Like right there. I don't know. Similar. You broke out of this bull flag bullishly, but you didn't get your measure move met still, right? You still rejected down. You broke out of this bull flag bearishly, but it didn't mean that you have to go all the way down below this low. You can still make your move up. I don't know. Let's see. Looking at this on a weekly basis, we got 2 days, 9 hours left, right? 2 days, 9 hours left in this week here. You are at a really good area to bounce on your weekly RSI, actually. Weekly RSI. Can I draw a straight line, please? Can I please draw a straight line? Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. We're right in the area that you'd expect to find support. Overall, the weekly RSI is very bullish, extremely immaculate, man. Getting overbought like this, not getting oversold at all, but you're only getting overbought and deeper into the overbought zone as it goes. Higher lows as it goes. Very, very bullish. And you're at the 50, which is an expected area to find support for any RSI time frame. 3-day time frame, finding support at the 40. When does the 3-day close? 2 days, 9 hours left, so we got a little bit of time left. We could go down today or tomorrow and then come back up the next day and be fine. You know, if we close this green, we're actually bouncing right off the 40. If we close it red, slightly red, we will also be right at the 40. It looks like we do like to find support here. We can find support just below. So even if we move down over the coming days, we're fine, right? It looks like we more often find support just below than we do just above the 40 on the 3-day time frame at least. Maybe not. We don't have all the history. Just for that moment. I guess it's not enough to be compelling evidence. We absolutely could find support here, okay? Daily time frame. I just think that double bottom on the oversold zone in the RSI. I mean, that's literally what we saw here before we made our move up. That's literally what we saw. And did we go lower? Yes, a little bit, but they were fake out lowers. You know what I mean? And can we fake out? Can we wick through this pattern? Sure, you can wick through it, but not too dramatic, right? You don't want to dramatically break through it. 1.513 cents right now. If you're scratching your head and being like, okay, C-Zar, but where are we going to go? What's happening here? I'm scratching my head too, man. I don't know. 1 hour time frame just closed red. That one just closed red. Rejecting the overbought zone. I don't know, man. I think this might have been a bull trap right here, and we might be going down. Let's see, high to low. 382. We'll see what we do. I'll tell you guys what. If we can hold 1.47 cents as support and then come back up here either by the end of the day or some point tomorrow and come back up and see a higher high, if we can see this, bullish. We're not going below this low. But if we take out 1.47 cents, if we go below this 1 hour or this 236 on a 1 hour time frame, if we close below that on a 1 hour or 4 hour time frame, we close below this red line here, it's death. It's death, man. We're going down to 1.23 cents. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That's a prime area to buy. It's nothing to be scared of. You know, if you're scared of that, just go to sleep for like a week or two and you'll be fine. You'll be back at prices that are higher than this. But it's very possible right here. You know, finding resistance at the 382 is nothing to be scared of. This is a very common thing to do, even in a bullish maneuver. Even if we were to like move all the way, what's going on here, man? Even if we were to move all the way to the upside here, it's very possible that we could move down first and then move up and then move down and then move up. You know what I mean? It's very common to find resistance at the 382 wick and then close right below it just like this. But rejecting the overbought zone does give me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies. If we move down and we find support at the 50, that would be good. If we move down and we find support at the 236, that'd be good. But if we do anything lower, that would be bad, okay? So don't go below 1.47 cents. As long as you hold that as support, you can go there, but hold it as support and then move up. I shouldn't say don't go below there. If you go below 1.47, I suppose it's okay. Just don't close below there, right? If you wick down and then you come back up and close, that's okay. And then the most important part, recover. Recover and see a higher high. If you don't get that higher high, if you double top and then we return back down here, it's death. We have to bounce and recover. We don't even have to bounce. I mean, technically you don't have to go down there, but I'm just saying if we do go down there, that's the area to watch. The area to move to the upside to validate that we are moving higher, that this is the low. Actually, I don't like that. Let's take this one. Let's do this. I would want to see XCN get above. If you can close a day above 1.63 cents, I would get excited. You close above 1.8 cents and it's verified that this is the low, okay? 1.8 cents is the validation level. 1.63 cents is time to get excited, all right? Because if you don't reject the 886 here, I mean, actually, maybe I should move that up even. Let's move that up. Let's say 1.7 cents is when it's time to get excited. 1.7 is when it's time to get excited. 1.8 is when it's time to be validated, okay? Because at the 1272, it's pretty common to retrace back to your 786, 886 zone, find resistance, and then come down. So here, it's not time to get excited. Above here, it's time to get excited because normally you find resistance right here, right? So if you get above there, it's time to get excited. But to validate this as a low, you need to get above the golden ratio, which is at 1.799 cents. Let's just call it an even 1.8 cents, okay? So do that, break above there, and then we validate this as a low. Until then, I remain skeptical, and the primary reason is Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's holding up rather well. I was expecting it to kind of move down starting this hour, and I mean, we're in a new hour here. We got 46 minutes left to see how it goes, but if Bitcoin keeps moving up, I'll have hope, right? If I'm wrong on my Bitcoin prediction, then OnyxCoin will likely have an easier time moving higher. And I would have no problem calling for you to have a low right here if it wasn't for Bitcoin, but that's the hard part, right? Even still, this might be a low, but we'll see. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Don't panic if it drops. Just buy more, right? And then thank yourself whenever it's worth $1. Bye-bye.